Just learned that something huge is going to happen with the XRP system. Guys, I really didn't think this would ever happen. That was really exciting. In this video, I'm going to talk about it along with an update on the Ripple SEC case. Guys, make sure you stay for that. The story keeps going, but things are looking good on that front. As always, you love this station and help me a lot. Thank you to everyone who liked the movies and signed up for the channel. These two easy things help me a lot. Also, if you know a good place to buy XRP, please let me know. You can find my best change up hole down in the video's description. So let's get started, and I hope you all enjoy what's coming up. I'm going to start this video by talking about some new information in the Ripple SEC case. This was a pleasant surprise, as it is good news. We got a new filing from Ripple and the SEC earlier today in it. They basically agreed that Judge Torres should drop the order and lower the $125 million 0 cents fine to $50 million 0 cents. Now that this is over, the next thing we're waiting for is Judge Torres to make her call. She can choose whether to get rid of the order or keep it. It doesn't make sense to me that she would follow through with the order. Right now, both Ripple and the SEC are telling her that this ban doesn't make sense. The SEC is saying that these things are no longer even securities that they are governing. What you said doesn't match up with how the rules will be made. Also, Ripple shouldn't have been charged $125 million, 0 cents, right? It's our fault. Cut the fine down, now let's go. At this point, the only real reason for the new argument is that Ripple and the SEC tried to skip the first one. They are getting back together now. Also, the fact that Ripple and the SEC are filing together is interesting, saying, hey, let's work together now, get rid of this injunction so Ripple can do what they want with their XRP and we can get away from this stupid fine that Ripple should have never gotten. It's funny that they're telling the judge this together since they've been fighting for 4 years. And I think Judge Torres just wants to hear some strong reasons for why that should be the case. It's not like she wants Ripple and the SEC to get together and say, hey, we changed our minds, let's make this rule, does she? She is still a judge. She should be sure to base her decisions on facts and the law when she's making these decisions. That's what the SEC and Ripple just made. Let's hope that this time we can get it over the finish line. I think it will work out well, guys. I am not at all worried that we will not be able to get out of this. The fine is going down and the order is being dropped. I don't see how that's possible with these two groups working together and the way regulations are moving forward in the business. Judge Torres shouldn't stick to her first decision. It doesn't make any sense. That paper just got put in. We'll see what happens. In the end, though, this burger isn't very good. This is something I've talked about a million times on video. To begin with, the fine doesn't really mean anything to Ripple. $125 million 0 cents, $50 million 0 cents. It doesn't matter. They have a lot of cash in the court order, right? Aside from that, Ripple, you couldn't sell XRP in this way. If they really want to, they can sell XRP in a million different ways. In a way, it's like someone told you, hey, by the way, you can't take that route anymore, which is how it feels. You say, okay, I like that route, but I'll just take this other one. It's not the worst thing ever. There's no need to worry. You need to change how you do it. The only thing Ripple wants to do is make sure they can keep doing what they've been doing. Who cares if they have to move or if Judge Torres gets tough? They'll do it in a different way, right? This decision looks at the past. Next year, Ripple can do a million different things. Thus, I meant to make you aware of that. It's possible that a lot of people will guess, but that's how it works. Other than the fact that it's the filing, there's not much to talk about. Judge Torres needs to make the call now. It doesn't really matter to me which way it goes. I think she'll end up giving Ripple and the SEC what they want together as a group, which is still pretty crazy. I want to talk about something else, though, that caught me by surprise once again. It's exciting and weird, all at the same time that I didn't expect to see this today. The USDC Circles token was just created on the XRP ledger. For a while, it looked like Ripple wanted to buy Circle, and it seems like there were real talks about that making happen. That didn't work. But now, USDC is being added to the XRP system, which is almost the best of both worlds. It looked like USDC or Circle would never be added to the XRP system for a long time. I understand not why these things are taking place in that order. They wouldn't do it for a long time. All of a sudden, they're doing it. Just as Ripple released their stablecoin, Circle came out with theirs. USDC is now on the XRP platform right after Ripple tried to buy Circle. I don't know, but this is good news. Of all the stablecoins, USDC is by far the biggest and most stable. Putting that on the XRP record is a huge win. This is an amazing win. Things that are tokenized can use the XRP system. This is the best chain for goods that are tokenized. This is the best way to move money. Now we'll talk about one of the most important types of value. For the whole blockchain space on the XRP system, Tron is where USDC is being used the most right now. Not interested in Tron. Right? The XRP platform has a good chance of becoming the biggest place to buy and sell USDC. It's not liked by anyone on Ethereum, and no one cares about Tron. I don't mean to offend anyone, but I don't think that many people care about Stellar either. The USDC stablecoin makes the most sense when it is used with the XRP system. There is a lot of money flowing through it and a lot of people are using it. You can now easily switch from Ethereum and Tron to XRP. This will completely change the rules, and I believe it will quickly bring a lot of cash to the XRP system. Something like this has been on my wish list for a long time. The fact that it works so well is even more proof that the XRP system is ready to become the internet's new value transfer layer protocol. Just talked with a group of Bitcoin maxis in a room. Some of them are starting to see it for the first time, which surprises me because I didn't think they would ever see it. Now they are, though. It's becoming clear to them that there must be something else out there. Since all of these financial companies are talking about tokenization, all of them are talking about improving the infrastructure and making new financial goods that run on blockchain. Coins don't let those things happen, though. Where will it take place? Yes, it's not likely to happen on Ethereum. It's too slow and too expensive. The chain is only half whole. Also, no one knows what Vitalik and Lubin are doing. It looks like they aren't building anything or making any progress. What is XRP next? That's the one I think will definitely work with all the big banks and other financial companies. They have the best blockchain architecture to handle all of this. When you get to BNB, it's like, okay, well, it's not likely to happen on BNB. Too centralized, too much trade risk and all that. And then you look at the rest of the tokens and see that no one is even close to being in the same place to build this future. You can say Solana, but that's so meme-driven. I'm not sure, but I don't think Solana is really set up for that. Getting things like Sui might. But Ripple has worked with all of the world's big banks and agencies for 10 years, have people on the board who are also in charge of the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and other agencies. The XRP record is perfectly set up to be the value transfer layer protocol for this new financial system. You don't even have to strain your eyes to see it. Yes, Bitcoin will still be a very valuable thing under this new setup. That's a given. In crypto, though, there's more to it than just keeping funds. These are brand new tracks. This is a new way of handling money. And one thing I've been trying to get people to understand is what XRP Ledger and XRP are all about. A decentralized center is the XRP Ledger.